Well, last week we told you about Honor Diaries, a documentary profiling 9 Muslim women who were abused and victimized by men in an archaic Muslim society. Now, one woman, Ayann Hirsi, who has been brave enough to speak out against the oppression of women in Islamic culture, has been denied an honorary degree at this year's Brandeis University's commencement. The university caved to pressure from pro-Muslim groups and canceled its plan to honor Ali. Now, in a letter of complaint to Brandeis, the Council on American Islamic Relations wrote, while Ali is free to spew anti-Muslim hate, including her call for violence against the entire Muslim world, she does not have a similar right to be honored for that hate by a prestigious university. Now, Megyn Kelly's going to have more on this tonight. Very interesting topic. High emotions on both sides. Dana, this is an issue deeply impacting women that internationally we should be concerned about.
I actually don't think that there's that much emotion to be had by the people that care. I actually think all of the emotion and the outrage should be on the people that would have supported Ali for getting this honorary degree. What I find amazing is she was a victim herself of female genital mutilation.
Right.
She survived. She went to Holland. She made a huge success of herself. She's come to America. She has continued to fight for women. And the CARE's position is that don't say anything bad about the Muslim world or we will shut you down.
Right.
We will make sure you don't get an honorary degree. They've even been able to get the University of Michigan and the University of Illinois to not show Honor Diaries, the film. On what planet does that happen where you have liberal-leaning universities not allowing a film to be shown so that people with a brain can watch it and decide for themselves what they think? I also am very disappointed for Bob because based on this precedent, I don't think you're ever going to get an honorary degree from Brandeis
Yeah, they're going to be withholding that from
the thing that is absolutely staggering to me, first of all, the Brandeis caved as fast as they caved. Secondly, for CARE to use the word hate directed at somebody else when your religion and the leaders of your Islamic movement hate and kill and maim. This woman has done something that which is important. She's tried to stand up for your archaic rules about women that have been lost. They should have been 5 centuries ago. You ought to get up to speed. The fact of the matter is Brandeis is cowardly here. The CARE is a bully, and I will bet you this. I'll be willing to bet you that Brandeis, and I know other universities, have received Arab monies in support of their universities.
Bowling.
Okay, so CARE, how interesting that's...
One of your favorite groups. You've gone back and forth
right,
with
the
them.
9/11 unindicted 9/11 co-conspirators, et cetera, et cetera. The name is CARE, but they don't clearly care. I know it's spelled differently. Here's the thing, though. They were concerned, and they got the University of Michigan to stop. They were going to do an airing of that, a screening of that movie, and they got them to stop based on what they outlined they're accusing Ms. Ali of doing, but also because one or a group of the producers of that film were Jewish, and they were concerned that a Jew couldn't have an opinion on the Muslim faith, and so they got them to stop doing it. Now they're going after Ms. Ali. Is there anyone less tolerant than the Muslims in the world?
Or than CARE specifically?
Anywhere. And specifically CARE, who perpetrate the whole intolerance. I can't think
I think the Tutsis and are probably more tolerant than these.
Also, do you see... Okay, Greg, go ahead, and then I'll follow up with a quote.
So, wait. They go after honorary degrees but not honor killings? That seems a bit weird about their priorities. This woman, as you said, was mutilated. Her friends have been killed. The director of her film was stabbed in the street. They left a note on his chest saying, "You're next." So she's been the target of a fatwa. If anybody could be critical of Islam, it is this woman. Right. And she doesn't have a say in this. Where are the feminists? Do they expect her to lie down and take it? This is what kills me. How would Brandeis have reacted if it was a former Christian going off against bigoted Baptists? They would have made her a feminist icon. This woman has been brutalized since the moment she could walk. If she can't criticize Islam, I don't know who can. Brandeis folded faster than a chair under Michael Moore out of fear.
You have to understand, in this country, for some reason, we cannot criticize Islam. The Huffington Post has had a field day with me about my feelings about Muslims. Let them go ahead. I don't want many people read that rag, but the fact of the matter is that if you're anti-Islam, you're not anti-Muslim. Let's get this straight here. It's radical Islamists we're talking about here, and CARE is a front for radical Islamists.
I'm glad you cleared that part of it up. I agree with you on Brandeis folding out of fear, but what are they afraid of? I mean, are they afraid of being politically incorrect or perceived as being
Islamophobia.
Islamophobic?
Yeah,
so
that's all it is.
But they
That's all you
had no
have to do
problem
is
giving.
be an activist group. And
They had no
threaten.
problem giving an honorary degree to somebody who thought that the state of Israel should not
Right.
exist, which is completely strange for Brandeis.
But talk about a war on women, right? Here it is, right here, and the liberal universities are tolerating, and it's really shameful because they're doing the students there a disservice by behaving in such a cowardly fashion. I mean, it's awful. People should be outraged about this, and you have the CARE president, who you've gone back and forth with, Ibrahim Hooper, saying she is one of the worst of the Islam haters in America, not only in America but worldwide. And this is a woman who has been courageous and fearless in the face of adversity. Every time she opens her mouth or writes a book, steps out to speak at a university or any other place that will have her, her life is on the line.
Exactly. And you know what? Let's say, for the sake of the argument, she is hypercritical. She sometimes maybe goes overboard in her dislike for the Islam, for radical Islam.
She's lived
maybe
it.
she's earned it.
Yeah.
When you are mutilated and you are treated as a target of death. For death, I think you can be a little critical.
And why not CARE jumping on her side?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here you go, Hooper. You know, you have a big mouth. You take your shots at us when we say something that you feel is Islamophobic. But here's a good opportunity for you to side with someone who, as Dana and Greg point out, who should be the one that you're defending, not
embracing.
trashing.
Right.
And for anybody who says we should be tolerant of Islam, let me make my position clear. I've got no tolerance for you. None. And I can do anything I want to do. I mean, you have a fatwa against me if you want to, and I'll repeat what I said before. Fatwa this.
Is that a fatwa?
It's time
It's an anti-fatwa.
for the tease. All right, well, you can hear both sides of this story on the Kelly File tonight for Megan's exclusive interview with Ayann, Hirsi Ali, and a spokesperson from CARE. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. You don't want to miss it. And directly ahead,